Padaravinda satakam 81 to 90. समस्तै संसेव्यः सततमपि कामाक्षि विबुधैः स्तुतो गन्धर्वस्त्री सुललितविपञ्ची कलरवैः भवत्या विन्दानो भवगिरिकुलं जुम्बिततमो बलद्रोही मातः चरणपुरुहूतो विजयते.
Charanapuruhutaha, the last line. Hey Mataha, O mother. Charanapuruhutaha, your lotus foot is like Indra. Puruhuta means Indra, Devendra. It's a very peculiar name for Devendra. He is the only one who is called Puruhuta among all Devas. When you say Puruhuta, it means Devendra. Puruhuta means he has been worshipped a lot, because in any homam you perform, you will always give an offering to Indra. There is no homa which is performed without invoking Indra. So he is the one who is constantly worshipped. So he is Puruhuta. So he says, now this lotus foot is being compared to Indra. How it is compared? Now he says, Samastaihi samsevyaha satatamapi kamakshi vibudhaihi. Samastaihi vibudhaihi, by devas. Vibudha means Jnani as well as Deva, we have seen before. Now Devendra is always worshipped by all Devas. Samastaihi samsevyaha, he is worshipped by all Devas. Similarly, lotus foot is worshipped by all Jnanis as well as Devas. Suto Gandharvastri Sulalita Vipanchi Kalaravaihi. Vipanchi is Veena. Gandharvastri, the Gandharva women who are in Devaloka, they constantly play Veena in the Sabha of Devendra. Sulalita, beautiful, very beautiful. Kalaravaihi. Kala is sound. Rava is also sound. Beautiful sound which is coming from the Veena, which is being done by which is being played by Gandharvastri. Sutaha, he is being worshipped, he is being praised by the sounds coming from the Veena, which are played by the Gandharva women. That is for the Devendra. Similarly, for your lotus foot, same Gandharva come and play here also. Not only Gandharva, so many other women. Then, Bhavatya Bhindanaha Bhavagiri Kulam. Bhavagiri Kulam. This is similar to what we saw in the last Shloka. Bhavagiri. Samsara is a Giri. Giri means mountain. Samsara is a mountain. Giri Kulam, not one mountain, series of mountains. Because our samsara is endless, isn't it? Crores of births we are taking. So it is Giri Kula. Every Janma is a mountain. We are not able to cross a particular, even a single Janma. So he says, Bhave Giri Kulam. Rows of mountains of samsara, Bhindanaha. It destroys. It destroys completely. It rends asunder. Bindana actually rending asunder is Bindana. Why it is called, why he is saying so? Because Devendra once cut off the wings of the mountains. This is described in various Shastras, including Ramayana, including from Ramayana Sundarakanda, this is being mentioned. Once all mountains had wings and they were flying here and there and they were landing here and there, killing so many people, killing so many jivas. So they went and complained, Maharshis went and complained to Devendra. Devendra became very angry. He took his Vajrayudha, cut off all the wings of all the mountains. So that's what he is being referred to here. So like Devendra who cut off the wings of the mountains, your lotus foot is cutting off the whole mountain itself. Bhavagiri Kulam, the Samsara mountain. Drimbhita Tamo Baladrohi. Bala is an Asura, Bala or Bala, who Devendra killed, Baladrohi, enemy of Bala. Grimbhita Tamaha. In your case, it is darkness which is being destroyed. You are the enemy of the darkness. You are the enemy of darkness. Grimbhita means expanding darkness, always increasing. Samsara is full of increasing darkness that you come and destroy. Baladrohi. Mataha Charana Puruhuto Vijayate. That kind of lotus foot, which is like Indra, is always victorious. Your lotus foot is like Devendra, being worshipped constantly by Devas or Jnanis. Your lotus foot is like Devendra, because Gandharva women come and praise your lotus foot, praise Devendra in his sabha through Veena Vadana, and your lotus foot is like Devendra who goes and destroys the wings of the mountains. So you are coming and destroying the samsara. So samsara mountain is being destroyed, and your lotus foot is destroying the darkness of the samsara, like the Devendra destroys the asura bala.
वसन्तं भक्तानाम् अपि मनसि नित्यं परिलस घनच्छायापूर्णं शुचिमपि नृणां तापशमनो नखेन्दुज्योत्स्नाभिः शिशिरमपि पद्मोदयकरो नमामः कामाक्ष्याः चरणमधिकाश्चर्यकरणो
Vasantam Bhaktanam ipi manasi nityam. Now there are various seasons in a year. Now all those 6 seasons are being described. Now each season is different from the previous one, isn't it? But here all the 6 seasons are contained in your one lotus foot. That is the beauty of this shloka. Vasantam Bhaktanam api manasi nityam. Nityam, always you are residing in the minds of bhaktas. That is one meaning. Vasantam is Vasanta Kala. Vasanta, by using the word Vasanta, he is referring to Vasanta season, spring season. Vasantam Bhaktanapi Manasi Nityam Parilasat Ghanachaya Purnam. Ghanachaya means dense shade. Your lotus foot gives beautiful dense shade which is shining. Parilasat. It is beautifully shining. That kind of shade you are giving. In terms of season, it is rainy season. Ghana is cloud. Ghanachaya is clouds. Purnam, full of clouds. That is the rainy season. After the spring season, you have the rainy season. Suchimapi Nrunam Papasamanam. Suchi means pure, immaculate. Your lotus foot is pure, immaculate, and it is also summer. Grishma Ritu is summer. Suchi is referring to Grishma Ritu, summer. Nrunam Tapashamanam. It destroys the tapa, the threefold tapa, misery of people. Tapashamanam is referring to autumn, because autumn follows summer, and the tapa of summer is destroyed in autumn. So Nrunam Tapashamanam. Nakhendu Jyotsnavihi Shishiram Api. Shishira means winter. Shishira means making it cool. How your lotus foot is making it cool? By the moonlight, Jyotsnavihi, of the moons which are your, of the crescents which are your toenails. Nakha Indu Jyotsnavihi Shishiram Api. Cooling. Moonlight is known to be a coolant. So he says, cooling it. Padmodaya Karam, making lotuses bloom. Padmodaya Karam. Now, what is the beauty of this shloka? He says, Kamakshaha Charanam Adhika Ascharya Karanam. Your lotus foot is extremely wonderful. Adhika Ascharya Karanam. Extremely wonderful. Namah, we worship that lotus foot. Now, what is the beauty? Because he is giving 6 seasons. All the Shishira includes Hemanta Ritu also. Shishira Ritu as well as Hemanta Ritu. If you calculate like that, all the 6 seasons are mentioned here. Your lotus foot represents all the 6 seasons. And in the Shishira season, Padma does not have Udaya. In the cold season, Padma, lotus does not bloom. But here, even in the Shishira Mapi, even in the cold season, your lotus foot makes lotuses bloom. That is the Shishira Mapi Padmodaya Karam. So he says, your lotus foot resides always in the minds of devotees. So it represents Vasanta season. It represents rainy season, Ghanachaya Purnam. It provides dense shade, beautiful, shining, dense shade. It is immaculately pure. It represents Grishma Ritu, summer season. It represents the autumn, tapa shamanam. It destroys the tapa, the misery of people who worship, and it makes cool by the moonlight emanating from the crescents, which are your footnails, and Shishira season. Shishira as well as Hemanta, the two seasons are mentioned, which are not known to encourage blooming of lotus, but your lotus foot encourages blooming of the lotus. Padma. This is extremely wonderful. So we worship this wonderful lotus foot.
कवीन्द्राणां नाना भणिति गुणचित्रीकृतवचः प्रपञ्च व्यापार प्रकटनकला कौशलनिधिः अधः कुर्वन्नब्जं सनकभृगुमुख्यैर्मुनिजनैः नमस्य कामाख्याः चरणपरमेष्टि विजयते
Charana Parameshti, last line. Parameshti is Brahma. Charana Parameshti, Brahma, which is your lotus foot. Last time, lotus foot was compared to Indra, now it is compared to Brahma. Now, what is the comparison between lotus foot and Brahma? That is explained. Kavindranam, of those who are best among poets. Nana Bhaniti Guna Chitrikrita Vachaha. Now, their poetry is being described in 2 lines. Poetry is described in 2 lines. You can understand the beauty of the poetry. Nana Bhaniti. Bhaniti is, what is spoken is Bhaniti. That means their speech. Nana Bhaniti, different speeches which the Kavis produce, different words which the Kavis produce. Guna Chitrikrita. By those words, what do? They paint a picture of various gunas, various qualities are being painted by those words. Guna Chitrikrita Vachaha, those words which are spoken. Bhaniti Vachaha. Prapancha Vyapara. Vacha Prapancha, the Vak Prapancha, the world of words, which are being created by these Kavindras. Vyapara, that activity. Prakatana, that activity is being expressed, manifested. Kala, that is an art. Now, everybody may have a hidden poetic talent, but he cannot express it. To express, you need a kala, you need an art. So that is Prakatana Kala, expressing the poetry, that art. Kaushala Nidhi, he is the treasure of expertise. Kaushala is expertise. He has all the expertise. Who? Brahma. Because Brahma is the Lord of Saraswati, and Saraswati is the Devata for knowledge, Devata for poetry. So he is the treasure of expertise in the art of manifesting the activity which is contained in the Vacha Prapancha, Vak Prapancha, in the world of words, which describe various qualities like a painting, which are of various types, Nana Bhanita. So the poets, Kavindranam, of poets, he is the Kaushala Nidhi, he is the treasure of expertise. Not only that, next, Adhak Kurvan Abjam. Abjam is lotus. Adhak Kurvan, making it down. That means he is seated on the lotus. So, Adhak Kurvan Abjam, he is seated on the lotus. Similarly, lotus foot is, this always defeats the lotus. So, Adhak Kurvan Abjam refers to lotus foot in terms of defeating the lotus. In terms of Brahma, it is, he is seated on the lotus. Pranaka Bhrigu Mukhyaihi Munijanaihi Namasyaha. He is being worshipped by Munijanaihi, by Munis like Sanaka, Bhrigu and others. Munis like Sanaka, Bhrigu and others come and worship Brahma. They also worship Devi's lotus foot. Vijayate. Your lotus foot, which is Brahma, is victorious because it is the treasure of expertise in the art of manifesting the world of words which paint different qualities like Kavindras do, the poets, the great poets do. Then, like Brahma has got a seat of lotus, you defeat lotus and you are worshipped by Munijanas like Sanaka, Bhrigu and others.
भवत्या कामाक्षी स्फुरितपदपङ्केरुहभुवां परागाणां पूरैः परिहृतकलङ्क व्यतिकरैः नतानामामृष्टे हृदयमुकुरे निर्मलरुचि प्रसन्ने निःशेषं प्रतिफलति विश्वं गिरिसुते
भवत्याः कामाक्षी स्फुरित पद पंकेरुह भुवां परागाणां पूरैः परिहृत कलंक व्यतिकरैः. From the lotus foot of yours which are blossomed and shining, spurita pada pankeruha bhuvam. Pada pankeruha, lotus foot, spurita, shining, which are blossomed and shining from the lotus foot. Paraganam bhuvam, they arise, paraga, pollen dust is arising. Pollen dust is arising, bhavatyaha, your lotus foot gives rise to paraga. Because it is lotus, it gives rise to pollen dust. Now, what does the pollen dust do? Parihrita kalanka vyatikarehi natanam hridaya mukure. Natanam, first let us go to natanam hridaya mukure, then we will go back to parihrita. Natanam, those who worship, hridaya mukura, the mirror which is their hridaya, which is their heart, the mirror which is the heart of those who worship is being cleaned. Amrishte. Amrishte means cleaned. How is it cleaned? It is cleaned by the pollen dust. Which pollen dust we have seen before from the lotus foot. Parihrita kalanka vyatikarehi. Vyatikarehi means it is sticking. It is sticking the dosha, kalanka, the dust which is, the dirt which is sticking to the hridaya mukura, the mirror which is the hridaya, parihrita, it is removed. Amrishte, it is being cleaned up. Nirmala ruchi. Because of this, afterwards, the mirror becomes extremely pure and shining. Because earlier the hridaya was dirty, the mirror was dirty. By the pollen of the lotus foot, it is being cleaned. Prasanne, it is being cleaned and it is very clear. It is stain-free, pure and clear. Vishesham pratiphalati vishwam girisute. Vishwam pratiphalati, it reflects the entire world. That means a jnani can see the entire world in his hridaya. We all know it. He can tell you what is happening in America sitting in India. How? Because he can see the entire world in his heart. How is it happening? Because of this. Because the entire world is pratiphalati, it reflects nishesham, without any balance, completely. The entire universe is reflected in that pure, stainless mirror which has been cleaned by the pollen dust of your lotus foot, beautiful lotus foot. This is the beauty of the lotus foot. Girisute, O daughter of Himavan.
Tavatrastam padat kisalayamaranyantaramagad param rekharupam kamalamamumeva shritamabhut jitanam kamakshi vitayamapi yuktam paribhave विदेशे वासो वा शरणगमनो वा निजरिपोः
तव त्रस्तं पादात् किसलयम् aranyantaram agat. Kisalayam is, we have seen before, the tender plant, the shoot. Tava padat trastam. Trastam means afraid. Afraid of your foot, the shoot, the tender plant, aranyantaram agat. Aranyantaram means inside the forest, deep inside the forest. Agat went. Because the tender plant was afraid of your lotus foot, it went inside the deep forest because it could not face competition. Param rekharupam kamalam amumeva ashritam abhut. Param means but. Kamalam, the lotus itself, what did it do? Amumeva, the lotus foot itself. the lotus foot itself of the Devi, Rekha Rupam Ashritam Abhut. Ashritam means it took refuge. The lotus took refuge in the Devi's lotus foot. In what form? In the form of Rekha, in the form of mark. You know, there are several rekhas in lotus feet. We have seen before Padma Rekha, Shankha Rekha, Chakra Rekha, so many other rekhas we have seen before. So this Kamala Rekha is there. In the Kamala has taken the form of a Rekha. The lotus has taken the form of a Rekha. Amumeva means this lotus foot itself. Ashritam, refuge. Abhut, took refuge. So the Kisalaya, the tender foot, was afraid. It went inside the forest. But the lotus took refuge in the same lotus foot where it got defeated. Now he says the beautiful generalization he does of the two incidents. Jitanam Kamakshi Dvitayamapi Yuktam Paribhave. Jitanam, one who has been defeated, those who have been defeated, Dvitayamapi Yuktam Paribhave. Paribhave, when they are disgraced, in the state of disgrace, when they have been disgraced, Dvitayamapi, these two alone, Yuktam or appropriate. Which two are appropriate? He is saying. Videshe vaso va, Sharana gamanam va, nijaripoho. Either you leave that country and go to some other country. That is one option. Videshe vaso va, living in another country. Going on exile. That is one. Other option is Sharana-gamanam va nijaripoho. Nijaripoho, one's own enemy. Sharana-gamanam, taking refuge. So there are only two options. Either you leave the country, can go on exile to another country, or you take refuge in your own enemy. That is what these two have done. Kisalaya, the tender foot, the tender shoot, has gone inside the forest, sort of exile from the lotus foot, and the other one, lotus, took the form of a rekha, the mark on the lotus foot.
गृहीत्वा याथार्थ्यं निगमवचसां देशिककृपा कटाक्षार्कज्योतिः शमितममता बन्धतमसः यतन्ते कामाक्षी प्रतिदिवसमन्तर्दृढयितुं त्वदीयं पादाब्जं सुकृतपरिपाकेन सुजनाः.
Last line, Twadiyam Padabjam, your lotus foot. Abja is lotus, we have seen before. Your lotus foot, Sujanaha, those who are virtuous, Yatante, they make attempts. They make attempts in regard to your lotus foot. How they are able to make attempts? Sukrita paripakena, because of the fruition. Paripaka is fruition. Paka is cooking, we have seen before. Pakashala is kitchen. Paka is cooking. So paripaka is fruition. Some effort which bears fruition is called paripaka, becomes mature. Sukrita paripaka, all their religious merit which they have acquired over several births have now taken fruition. Because of that, they are attempting. They are attempting what? Pratidivasam antardradhayutam. Pratidivasam, every day, every time, every minute. Antaha, that means inside their hearts. Dradhayutam, to make it firm. Dradha is there in all Indian languages also. Dradha means firm. Dradhayutam, to make it firm. Samantaha, divasam antaha dradhayutam. Antaha, inside their heart, they want to make it firm. What they want to make it firm? Tadiyam padabhyam, your lotus foot. How they are able to do this? Because of the fruition of their merit, religious merit acquired over several janmas. Now, how do they do that? For doing this, what is the attempt they are doing? Grihitva yatharthyam nigamavachasam deshika kripa kataksha arkajyotihi shamita mamata bandha tamasaha. Nigamavachasam, Yatharthyam grihitva. Nigama is Vedas. Nigama vachasam, the words of Vedas. Yatharthyam, the truth. Yatharthyam is truth. Yathartha means truth. Yatharthyam, the quality of truth. That means you have to go at the truth. You have to attempt to understand the truth of the words of Vedas, not just the wordy meaning. Wordy meaning may not sometimes be enough. So not the direct meaning of the word, implied meaning, indirect. That's why we have commentaries for Vedas. So the words of the Vedas, Yatharthyam, the true import of those Vedas, Grihitva, having understood, having taken hold of. Deshika Kripa Kataksha Arkajyotihi Shamita Mamata Bandha Tamasaha. How they got this Nigamavachasam Yatharthyam Grihitva? How they could manage this? It's a very difficult task. Because of the Kripa of the Guru. Deshika Kripa Kataksha. Deshika means Guru. We have seen before. Kripa of the Guru, Kripa Kataksha, the sidelong glance of the Guru. The sidelong glance of the Guru. Deshika Kripa Kataksha. Compassionate sidelong glance of the Guru. Because of that, they were able to understand the true import of the Vedas. And because of that, Arkajyotihi Shamita Mamata Bandha Tamasaha. That Kataksha is not just Kataksha, not just any glance from any eye. It is the special sidelong glance of our own Guru. So it is not ordinary glance, it is Arkajyotihi. Arka means Surya. Surya Jyotihi, it is like the light of the sun. Because there is a light of the sun coming from his eyes, what happened? Shamita Mamata Bandha Tamasaha. Shamita means subdued, overcome. What has been overcome? Mamata Bandha Tamasaha. Tamasa means darkness. Once there is a light, Arkajyoti, from his sidelong glance, from Guru's sidelong glance, the darkness is gone, driven away. Which darkness? Mamata Bandha. Mamata is mineness. We always claim, I've seen it before. This body is mine. This house is mine. This wealth is mine. This wife is mine. These children are mine. So this mine, this mineness is mama means my. Mamata, mineness. That mamata bandha. Because of that mamata, you are chained to mundane interests. You are chained to the mundane interest, worldly interests. So those worldly bonds have to be destroyed, arising out of mamata. So that darkness has been removed by the sunlight coming from the sidelong glance of Guru's Kripa. Because of that, these virtuous people were able to understand the true import of Vedas, and they are trying, etante, they are making attempts to firm up your lotus feet in their hearts every time, pratidivasam.
जडानामप्यम्ब स्मरणसमये त्वच्चरणयोः भ्रमल्मन्तक्ष्माभृद् घुमघुमितसिन्धु प्रतिभटाः प्रसन्नाकामाक्षी प्रसभमदरस्पन्दनकराः भवन्ति स्वच्छन्दम् Prakriti paripakva bhanitayah.
What happens due to the blessing of Kamakshi? That is the question which is being answered. Many things happen. One very interesting thing is mentioned here. Jadanam api. Jada is a stupid fellow, a fool. Even fools, Jadanam api, Amba, O mother, Smarana samaye tvacharanayoho. Tvacharanayoho smarana samaye. When they think of, at the time they think of your feet, at the time when they think of your feet, even for stupid people, forget about wise people, even for stupid, ignorant people, what happens? Last line. Prakriti paripakva bhanitayaha svachandam bhavanti. From their mouths emerge words. Bhanitayaha means words. What kind of words? He is a fool, but he is able to speak such words. What kind of words? Prakriti paripakva. Pakka is written there, that is wrong. Pakva is correct. Prakriti paripakva. It is matured by nature. By nature. That is, the words are very mature. The words he speaks are totally in contradiction to his stupidity. He is speaking very mature words, very wise words. Prakriti paripakva, not artificially wise words. They are wise by nature. As if a jnani is speaking, he is speaking. Prakriti paripakva. Very mature by nature. Bhavanti, they become. The bhanitayaha bhavanti. The words become like that. Swachandam, without any effort, on their own. This fellow is not making an effort. He is able to speak on his own this kind of words. Prasannaha, very happy, very clear. Both meanings apply. Very happy, very clear. The words are very clear and he is very happy. Prasabham adhara spandanakara. When he speaks, he is overcome by feelings, emotions. Because of the emotions, prasabham means by force. By force, adhara, the lips, spandanakara, they are throbbing. Spandana is throbbing. The lips are throbbing by force when he speaks. That means he is overcome by emotion. That kind of emotion filled words, he is able to speak. Even a fool is able to speak because of your grace. Now he is giving one more description for the word. Brahman manthak shmabhrit ghuma ghumita, not dhuma. It is written as dhuma here in translation. And the original Sanskrit also is wrong. Shmabhrit ghumu ghumita sindhu pratibhataha. Ghuma ghumita, not ghumu. Ghuma ghumita sindhu pratibhataha. Now he is giving an example for the way the words are emerging from his mouth. Brahman mantak shmabhrit. Shmabhrit means mountain, we have seen before. Shma means earth. Bhriti means supporter, one which is supporting the earth. That is mountain. Mountain is supporting the earth. According to our Shastra, we have seen it before. Shmabhriti means mountain. Manthak Shmabhriti means Manthara mountain. During Samudra Manthanam, Manthara mountain was used as the churning rod. So Brahman, when the churning takes place, when it is rotating, Brahman means when it is rotating. When the Manthara mountain is rotating, what happens? Ghumu ghumita sindhu pratibhataha. Sindhu means ocean, the milk ocean where this is happening. From there, water is coming out, drops of water, because such a agitation is taking place in the ocean. Then naturally water is splashing all around, isn't it? So how is it splashing? Ghuma ghumita. Gum gum, like that sound is coming. He is making it so poetically expressive. So ghuma ghumita means gum gum sound is coming from this kind of churning action. With that sound, a lot of water, in this case milk of course, is dropping, splashing on all sides. Pratibhataha. Pratibhata is an enemy. Pratibhata means a competitor. Here, what is the competitor? Now, the words coming out of the mouth of this Jada, the stupid fellow, are competing or vying with that splash of milk, which is coming with sound of ghuma ghuma, when Manthara is used as a churning rod. That means what? It is coming with so much of force. Our words from the mouth of this ignorant fellow are coming with so much of force and so much of meaning. Prakriti paripakvaha. Svachandam bhavanti. He is not making any special effort. Automatically they are coming. Whenever this fellow thinks of you, whenever this stupid fellow thinks of your lotus feet, the words are emerging naturally, very mature, automatically, very happy, very clear words, and his lips are throbbing by force, because when the words are emerging and the words are vying with the gumaguma sound produced by the Manthara mountain, used as a churning rod during Samudra Manthanam.
Vahannapyasrantam maduraninadam hamsakamasau tame vadakartum kimiva yatate keligamane भवस्यैवानन्दं विदददपि कामाक्षि चरणगा भवत्यास्तद्रोहं भगवति किमेवं वितनुते.
He is putting a question. Sometimes he questions, He is pointing out a contradiction and then puts a question. That's what he does now. Vahannapi ashrantam madhura ninadam hamsakam asau. Asau means this lotus foot. Hamsakam vahan. Hamsaka means the anklet. Hamsaka is anklet as well as swan. So he is using it in two meanings. So hamsaka is anklet first. Hamsakam vahan, carrying the anklet. This foot is carrying the anklet. Ashrantam madhura ninadam. This anklet is producing ashrantam without getting exhausted. Actively, continuously. Madhura ninadam, very sweet sound. It is producing. Your anklet is producing. Tameva adhakkartum kimiva yatate keligamane. Keligamane, when you are walking in sport. Keli is sport, gamana is walking. When you are walking in sport, tameva, that same hamsaka, adhakkartum kim yatate. Adhakkartum means to show it in a negative manner. To show it in a negative manner. Adhakkartum means to defeat it. Adhakkartum, adha means actually down, to put it down. To put it down, yatate, you are trying, you are making attempt. Kim, why you are making an attempt? Why you are making an attempt to put down the same hamsaka when you are walking in sport, which hamsaka is producing beautiful sound continuously. The question is, why you are defeating or why you are putting down hamsa, the swan? That is the question. He is using a pun in the word hamsaka. So you are wearing anklet which is producing beautiful sound, but at the same time when you are walking in sport, you are putting down hamsa, the swan. Why you are doing this? Hamsaka, you like hamsaka, but you are also defeating hamsaka. That is the question. Why you are doing this? Bhavasyaiva, same type of question he is asking once again, another question. Bhavasyaiva anandam vedhadat api bhavasya, bhavaya parameshwara. Bhavaya devaya Namah, like that it starts. First name is Bhava. Bhava is Parameshwara. Bhavasya eva, even for Bhava, even for Parameshwara, Anandam Vedadat. You are giving Ananda. You are producing Ananda, bliss, even for Parameshwara. He doesn't need any external bliss. He is self-happy, self-satisfied. But even for him, you are able to produce bliss. Bhavatyaha charanaha. Charanaha bhavatyaha. Your lotus foot. Tadroham kimevam vitanute. Tat, for the same Bhava, for the same Parameshwara, droham kimevam vitanute. Why you are committing conspiracy? Why you are committing droha? To the same Bhava. No, not same Bhava. Parameshwara, she is not committing any conspiracy. She is committing conspiracy against Bhava. What is Bhava? Samsara. So Bhava is Parameshwara as well as Samsara. So your lotus foot is creating bliss even for Parameshwara, but at the same time it is committing conspiracy, it is working against Samsara, which is Bhava. Why? How? Kim? Hey Bhagavati, hey Kamakshi. That is the question. Beautifully, Hamsa, two meanings, anklet and swan. Similarly, Bhava, Parameshwara and Samsara. So you are carrying your anklet which is making beautiful sound, but at the same time you are putting down another hamsa, which is the swan, while you are walking in sport. Similarly, you are creating bliss for Bhava, Parameshwara. At the same time, you are conspiring, you are working against the interests of another Bhava, which is samsara. Why?
यदत्यन्तं ताम्यति अलसगतिवार्तास्वपि शिवे तदेतत्कामाक्षि प्रकृतिमृदुलं ते पदयुगो किरीटै सङ्घट्टं कथमिव सुरौगस्य सहते मुनीन्द्राणामास्ते मनसि च कथं सूचिनिशिते.
Second line, Kamakshi, te padayugam, your twin feet, prakriti mridulam. By nature, they are very gentle, very soft by nature. Tat, that kind of foot. Etat, this foot which I am seeing in front of me, yat atyantam tamyati alasagati vartasu api shive. Even when words are spoken, alasagati of your gentle gait. Alasa is gentle, gati is gait. Even when vartas are words, even when words are spoken about your gentle gait, atyantam tamyati, it is subject to grief. It feels miserable. Tamyati means feeling miserable, feeling aggrieved. Atyantam, very much. That is, your feet are so soft that even when somebody is talking about your gentle walk, the feet are not able to tolerate that. Even words are hurting your lotus feet. That's the meaning. Even when we speak words of your about your lotus foot, the words are hurting. The words may be only about your gentle walk. Even then, they are hurting your lotus feet. Atyantam tamyati. Your foot is subjected to enormous grief, enormous misery. So, next question is, that kind of prakriti mridulam, that kind of gentleness, softness is there in your foot by nature. Now, how is it possible? Kiritaihi sanghattam kathamiva suraughasya sahate. Two questions he is asking. Suraughasya, group of devas. Sura augha. Augha means group. Group of devas, kiritaihi, their crowns, sanghattam, friction, rubbing. When they prostrate at your feet, their kirita, their crowns are rubbing against your feet. Your foot is so gentle, how it is possible for the lotus foot to bear, sahate, how it tolerates, how it bears the friction, the rubbing of the crowns of devas. That is one question. Second question is even more tough. Munindranam manasi katham suchi nishite aste. Munindranam manasi, the minds of chiefs among munis, the minds of great munis, in their minds, suchi nishite. Suchi means needle. Nishite means sharp. Sharp like needle. Their minds are sharp like needle because they are very intelligent, they are very focused. When you are very intelligent, when you are very focused, we have seen before. Kushagra buddhi, we have seen before, like that. Like Kushagra, very sharp. Kushagra, we are talking about suchi now. It is even more sharp. Suchi means needle. It is sharp like a needle. There, how you are going and placing your lotus foot? That is the question. Aste means how it is sitting, how it is seated. How your lotus foot is able to be seated in the mind of Munindras when the mind is sharp like needle. Your foot is so gentle, so soft that it cannot take even ordinary words, like even ordinary words said in devotion, like alasagati, like gentle gait. That kind of mridula, prakriti mridula, soft by nature, how it is able to tolerate the rubbing of the crowns of devas when they prostrate, how it is able to go and sit in the needle-sharp minds of Munindras.
मनोरंगे मत्के विबुध जन सम्मोद जननी सराग व्यासंगम सरस मृदु संचार सुभगा मनोज्ञा कामाक्षी प्रकटयतु लास्य प्रकरणो रणल मंजीराते चरणयुगली नर्तकवधू.
Te Charanayugali, last line, Te Charanayugali Nartakavadhu. Charanayugali, the twin feet. The twin feet are picturized as A dancing girl, Nartaka Vadhu. Vadhu means girl, Nartaka dancing. A dancer girl. Your twin feet are picturized as a dancer girl. When this dancer girl will come and dance in my mind, that is the question. He is asking it in a very poetical manner. Matke manorange. Matke means my. Manorange, the stage of my mind. In the stage of my mind, Vibudha Jana Sammoda Janani. Now he is praising the lotus foot. They are praising the dancer. Now, how is the dancer, the lotus foot? Vibudha Jana Sammoda Janani. Sammoda means happiness, bliss. For Devas, Vibudha Jana, Devas, groups of Devas. Janani, generating. The lotus foot, the dancer, generates bliss, generates happiness in Devas, or you can say in Jnanis. Vibhuta is Devas as well as Jnanis. We have seen before. Saraga Vyasangam Sarasa Mrudu Sanchara Subhaga. Sarasa Mrudu Sanchara Subhaga. With sweet and soft gait. Sarasa Mrudu. Sanchara is gait. Sarasa is sweet. Mrudu is sweet, soft. With sweet and soft gait. Subhaga, beautiful. This dancer. We are talking about the dancer. The dancer is so beautiful with soft and sweet walk, gait. Saraga Vyasangam. The dancer has also great attachment. Vyasanga is attachment and delight. It means both. It delights in raga. Raga means music. Dancer always follows music, isn't it? So Saraga Vyasangam. Great attachment, great delight in music. Another meaning, red color. This lotus foot is red color, no? Attachment to red color. Raga is red color as well as raga of the music. So Saraga Vyasangam, Sarasa Mrudu Sanchara Subhaga, that kind of dancer. Manognya, very enchanting, very beautiful. Manognya, robbing my mind. Lasya Prakaranam Prakatayatu. In my mind, in the stage of my mind, let the dancer do a dance. Lasya Prakaranam, process of dance, process of Lasya. Process of Lasya, Prakatayatu, show. Let her put up a dance show in my mind of Lasya. Ranan Manjira. How does she do the dance? With the anklets sounding. Ranan Manjira. Manjira is anklets. Ranan is making sounds. When she dances, naturally, the anklets are sounding. So the dancer girl, which is the twin foot, with anklets making beautiful sounds, very enchanting. Let her come and do a Lasya dance in the stage of my mind. My mind is the stage, dancing stage. And how is this lotus foot? It generates happiness, bliss in Devas or Jnanis, and the dancer is so beautiful with such a sweet and gentle gait and delights in raga. Naturally, dancer delights in raga, dancer delights in red color.